Good morning, church. Oh, it's nice and loud. For all of you little children wondering where the great pumpkin went, I present to you a great orange orb. Trust that you have all had a great fall thus far. Welcome to November already. My gosh. And we've got some beautiful weather on the horizon, so we can be praising the Lord. Anybody see the sunrise this morning? No? One. Thank you, Kevin. Glad somebody did not let the extra hour. You saw the sunrise this morning? It was beautiful, wasn't it? It was beautiful. Thankfully, we had an extra hour sleep. I hope nobody showed up a little too early this morning. But you all look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Maybe some of that is sugar overdose from last night's activities, but it's always good to be in the Lord's house. It's a little bit warm in here, so if you are too warm, feel free to crack open a window and get some cross ventilation in here. That's certainly not a problem. However, we don't want to freeze people out either, so difficult to find a balance, but we are working on that. Glad that you're here this morning. Stand if you would, please. We've got a few choruses to start with, and then we want to, of course, get to retired missionary Ted Welch. Always anxious to hear what he has to say, what the Lord has laid on his heart and mind this morning, but we want to participate in what we can do as we worship this morning and we celebrate that we serve an awesome God. Aren't you thankful that our God is alive and well? Let's celebrate that this morning. This is the day that the Lord hath made, We will rejoice, be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. All right, that's a good start, but this song begs to be sung in a round, or at least with echoing. So we're going to start over here on the instrument side. You will lead "This is the Day," and then I would like for you, this side, to echo. And you repeat what that side says, and then we'll all join up on the last slide. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, or we will rejoice and be glad. All right, probably totally confused, but this side started out, "This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad." All together now. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. What a mighty God we serve. There is nothing that we encounter in our lives that He is not fully aware of and fully capable of addressing. I've been reading in Job, and I still find it interesting that when the sons of God come before the Lord, it says Satan also, and God presents to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job?" I find that intriguing, and I wonder if God still does that today. I don't know. Does Satan still have that kind of access to go before the throne of God, and God will say to Satan, "Yeah, well, have you considered so-and-so? How about going after them?" And of course, God puts boundaries in place. Satan can only go so far. But I find that story intriguing in the thought that perhaps God still looks upon the face of the earth, and He still knows that there are men and women capable of placing their complete trust in Him, knowing that He is capable of bringing them through. Of course, we read through the whole story. We know how it ends. Fortunately for Job, God knew how it ended as well. And God had to bring Job to that place of total surrender and realize that God was in control. He is sovereign over all things, and whatever was needed to be accomplished in Job's life, God is able to accomplish in our lives today because we serve a mighty God. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve. One more time. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve. I'm thankful to be reminded of that this morning because we do. We encounter many things that seem impossible to us. But God is faithful, God is capable, and God sees the end from the beginning and all the process in between. And we can certainly rejoice because he is worthy. Thou art worthy, thou art worthy, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory, glory and honor, glory and honor and power. For thou hast created, hast all things created, thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure thou art worthy, O Lord. As they continue to play, love on each other, welcome somebody to church this morning. Tell them you're glad to see him.